This The Gist, a Pandemic Legacy, Season 1 and 2. Now, board games usually only exist in the moment, just like a kid's TV show. Any issues are resolved and reset for the next game. But in a legacy game, that is never the case. Decisions you make now can affect a game you play weeks later. If you've never played it, the regular Pandemic game is a brilliant cooperative game about saving the world. You and your teammates are constantly balancing curing the diseases to end the epidemic and just trying to stop the current outbreaks getting out of control. But it can all go wrong at any moment, dooming the world. But don't worry, with a quick reset of everything, you can play another game. Everything's fine. Legacy games take away that groundhog feeling though, meaning that even when you're losing, you want to mitigate your loss as much as possible. You see, the legacy games take place across a whole year, with each session counting as a month. The game takes you forward through the legacy deck. These cards tell the story and unlock more content. You're going to be building up your characters, adding stickers and scribbles to the board, and even opening up these mystery boxes of goodies. And that's the rub of reviewing a game like Pandemic Legacy. We can't tell you about everything that happens. We can't tell you about all those brilliant surprises. We don't want to spoil them. So instead, we're going to tell you what it feels like, why it matters, why this might be one of the greatest board game experiences ever created. In Season 1, you start off with a regular game of Pandemic, evolving over time to become almost unrecognisable from the game you started in January, to the point where, when you reach April, the game takes a huge dramatic twist. In Season 2, you're playing a completely different game of regular Pandemic. It's a game that's going to evolve and change over time, but it starts with a world already in ruin, and you're going to be exploring that, uncovering new continents and cities, building the map as you go. And rather than taking disease and curing it, the disease is uncurable, so you're going around placing supplies, trying to prevent the disease from spreading any further. You're constantly pushing beyond what is comfortable, trying to understand what happened to this world and how can you save it, how can you bring it back. Both seasons have this wonderful push and pull of trying to manage your short and long-term goals at the same time. In a regular game of Pandemic, your characters are disposable, all in the name of winning, all in the name of victory. But here, your characters have names. You've built them up over time, they have new abilities, they have relationships with each other, stories, the things they've seen. There's a reason for them being around. And yet, they're so vulnerable. Why put them at risk when you know that it's not just this game that matters, but the next? And they are in real risk, there is real danger, because they can get scarred, making them hard to do things, or worse, they might die. And when they die, you have the horrible task of having to get your character, the one you loved and cherished and built up, and rip it up. It's gone. Forever. The cities on the map themselves are fighting, trying to keep the population up from falling into ruin and decay, because there are real long-term implications for letting that happen, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. I like to think of Pandemic Legacy as a TV box set, something that is so Moorish and bingeable. But unlike The Wire and Game of Thrones, you're in control here. Sure, the broad plot might stay the same, but the decisions you make have long-term implications. The story you tell will be different from the one your friend tells. And that ultimately is what makes Pandemic Legacy so exciting. This is unlike any other board game you've ever played. And that's the gist of Pandemic Legacy. Visit bestplayer.co for more. Hey, thanks for watching another one of our videos. Please, if you did like this, share it with your friends, do some likes, do some subscribes, all that sort of stuff. I know it's tedious, everyone says it, but it's because it makes a difference. So thank you for your support and maybe keep watching.